Hey guys, welcome back to my crafty corner. So today I'm gonna show you, I decided what I wanted to do on the back inside covers of our albums, and we're gonna do slider cards. I think these are really cute, and I'm gonna walk you through and show you how I did that, and that's just, it's so cool. Okay, so I went ahead and I did 2 of them already, and I'm gonna show you how to do the last one on camera. Okay, so I'm gonna put these to the side. I did it the same way. I have the photo mats in there. We use these little ones like we have throughout our little album. Just use those. All right, so what we got here, or what you're gonna need. Okay, you're gonna need a piece of cardstock cut at, let me see if I can do that without getting all in there. Okay, so you're gonna need a piece at 8 by 4 7/8. 8 by 4 7/8. You're gonna fold it in half to make sure that the short ends line up like that. Just fold it in half and crease it. And I've already got mine done, so you're gonna need a piece like that. Then you're also gonna need a piece that is 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. And then I put that in my scoreboard and I scored it. And then you're going to put tape on the inside of those 1/2 inch score marks. So, yeah, 1/2 inch is what I scored it at on each end. All right. Doesn't matter which one as long as those 1/2 inch scores are on the opposite end, since it's a 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. So you need a piece like that. And then you need 2 at 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. All right, and these are going to be our little pieces that slide out. Okay. All right, and then you're also going to need a plastic strip, or a strip of a plastic bag. And I just used, a regular, like a sack, like this. I straightened it out, pushed it out as good as I could. And then because I needed 3 of them, what I did was I cut the edge off, because you actually end up with like 4 little pieces here. So I ended up cutting it this way, and then cutting the folds off on this side and then here. And that's what you get right there. All right. And save that, use that for more, or if you're like me, you have tons of those bags. Anyways, all right, so need that right there. So we're gonna put this one to the side for just a minute. For your mats that go on here, so like your top mat there, I did mine at 3 7/8 by 4 7/8, and that fits there. And then you're gonna need 2 that are gonna be your mats here. Now mine are, I cut it at 3 5/8. One of them is at 5 and the other one is at 4 3/4, because it needs to be slightly shorter, but I'll explain that as we go on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and assemble this. All right, so you're going to take your piece that you have folded, just fold it in half, and you're going to do it open like this. All right, and we're going to take, well, I said we're going to put it to the side. We need it. We're going to take our piece of plastic sack. And now, there are several tutorials like this out there. The one that I'm using, or that I'm going by, is by My Creative Spirit. So that's where I got the tutorial that I'm using. So I had to, the one that she does is actually larger. the card is larger. I made one just like it to see if it would fit, but it's too long for our book. So I just shortened it to make it fit. All right, so we're gonna run our little plastic sack up like that. Now I do like for my plastic strip to be somewhat wide and not so narrow. I feel like that gives your card more room to rest on. It might not really make a difference, but that's kind of how I like it. So I'm gonna take my tape and I'm just gonna stick it on here like this. And it is kind of hard because you got, you know, that bag is so flimsy. All right, just make sure that you don't go off the edges because you don't want your tape stuck to this card. All right, then we're gonna peel that backer off. And then we're just gonna bring this piece and lay it, well, I'd say as flat as we can get it. Oh boy, okay, there we go. Maybe, all right, there we go. And you want it, you don't want it too loose, but you don't want it, you know, extremely tight either. Actually, this one could be probably a little too loose, so, but I'm just gonna, it's gonna be okay because I don't want to have to cut another piece or use another piece. So, and then I'm just gonna trim this right like that. Just trim that piece off, and then I'm gonna take another piece of tape and I'm gonna plop it down right on that seam. Okay, and the same thing, not going completely to the edge, or you can go to the edge, just don't go over the edge because you don't want your card getting caught up in there. All right. So then we're gonna peel that tape off like that. And you're gonna take one of your cards and you're gonna place it in the center of this folded card here, coming down 1/8 of an inch from the top. You should have just enough space. I mean, you're gonna only have just a small amount of space on each side, okay? And then we're gonna push that down, all right? And then we're gonna fold this part over, and then we're gonna flip it over. All right, then we're gonna take our tape again, and this time we're gonna come down on this side and put our tape. So you're gonna put your tape where that card is sticking out here. Just remember, you want your tape on this side of it. Okay, so like that, and trim that off again. And I got really close to that edge. That's okay, as long as it don't go over, we're good. All right, and then we're gonna peel that again, and you're gonna take this card and you're gonna come down about 1/8 of an inch, just like you did before, leaving, you know, you're gonna center it right in the center of that card, and then do that like that. All right, so now I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna miter in my corners. Now I'm gonna go like fairly deep because you don't want this tape sticking to these cards as you come pulling them out. So I'm just gonna go in, and that seems, even on the others, that seems to work fairly well. Or you could just go so far with your tape, I guess. But I like for it to be edge to edge because then you don't have to worry about it coming up. So with your piece, with that last piece that we put on there, just like that, leaving it just how it is. We're going to take this card and we're going to place it down on top of it. And then flip it over, all of it together like that. All right, because you want this piece here to line up inside evenly. You're going to have about 1/8 of an inch in from the top and in from the bottom. And then I'm just going to make sure that mine's lined up, because you don't want the edges either. You don't want those going over your score lines. So I'm going to line mine up as best I can, and then I'm just going to peel my tape and fold that over. Peel that tape, fold it over, and then give it a good crease. And then, voila, it slides. Now mine, the way I put mine, you can go, so you don't want to go too far. You want it to be like that. All right. So then what I did, I've already, let's see, let me get my pieces here. So I've already scalloped these corners. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do these as well. So I'll make sure I got that on the right end. And I'm just gonna go through and do that really quick. I've also already went through and inked all my edges. And I don't like that. Oh. Mine is kind of, if you don't get it in there, just right in them corners, it'll leave you little hangy bits on the end. Okay. So another thing, my card where I cut it. Okay. All right, so then we got it like that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attach this one to the top. And I'm just gonna use glue, the same glue we've been using for all of it. Get it down there. And this one wants to keep erupting. Okay. All right, and then we're just gonna place that center on like that. All right. Give that a good, oops, shaking you, okay. Alrighty, and then we're gonna pull these out. Okay. Now, this is where you have that shorter piece, okay? Because you have, and I don't know if you can see that, but you can see like where your bag comes to, right? So that's where the tape is. That's as far as it's gonna come out. So when you go to put this in here, you don't want this piece attached to your bag. And I might actually have to go in and trim this one down just slightly. A little bit more. So I'm just going to do that. I'm actually going to ink that up just a little bit, just in case that edge kind of shows. It, you know, it'll be all right. All right, and my cutting's not too very straight, but that's okay. As long as we don't go over that bag. And that one is still a little bit, so let me go. Just a hair more on that edge. All right. And that should be, and you can feel it, like when you put it in there, you can feel if it goes up to it or not. And I don't know how well y'all can see from that angle there, but I think that's where we're gonna go to right there. And mine is super close. Super close. All right. glue down there. Get that glue on it. I guess the kittens are roaming around on stuff, and that's what that loud bang was a while ago. Knocked something off on the floor. All right, so I'm gonna try to push that as close as I can. Okay, bingo. I wish you could see that, because I mean, like, it is like super close. All right, there we go. And then we're gonna do this side. Now this side you don't have to worry about as much. Actually, you could have used a little bit more, but you're not gonna see all that in there, so that's really not gonna matter. I just kind of made it to where you know, can see it, or it's in there good enough. It doesn't have to go all the way. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I said I was twisting and nothing's happening. Okay, that way they don't start oozing out all over the place. Okay, and then this one, a lot easier. Or I said a lot easier. I got glue all over it. Okay, lining that up. Okay. The thing is, if you get this glue, you just can rub it right off, just like that. And you never knew. All right. You never know it. All right. So let's make sure I don't have glue oozing out in there. All right. And there we go. Look at that. It's so cute. Actually, it's gonna go this way. All right. And then we're gonna put our little mats on there. And for that, I'm just gonna use my tape gun, because it's just glue would be too much. I think score tape's too much because it's so thin, and then glue would be too much because it's thin. So we'll just use the tape runner. And I'm just gonna make sure I got enough on there. And I got, sorry if I'm out of frame, I'm trying to. I guess you can do that without having to lift it every time, but my stuff won't stay where it's at. I need a new board here, or all this wood pad right here. All it is a poster board. I think it's a We Are Memory Keepers poster board from Hobby Lobby, but mine's torn and gets all wrinkled on the edges and stuff where my arms are and all that. But then I hit it and it slides, and it's got paint and sprays and stuff like that on it, but that's okay. All right, so this, all I'm gonna do is pull them out, and I'm just gonna make sure it has enough on the sides, or even spacing on the sides. Even if it goes slightly down inside the card, that's fine. And I think I got, it's not centered, but that's okay. Yeah, it's really not centered, but that'll be okay. Oh, me. And yeah, get that tape in there. All right. And the same thing with this one. Well, line. That looks decent enough, I guess. And ooh, I might have got, these might have been just a little bit shorter or something. So, oh yeah, see, oh, you're gonna see that. Can I maybe peel it up without it tearing? Without it tearing one or the other. Maybe. Come on. Come on, you're doing good so far. So that might be something else you want to kind of make sure that, you know, when you go to push it in, that it doesn't show. Even that one is going to show slightly. Now, a slight amount like that's not going to really bother me as bad. I don't understand that. These ones turned out fine. I don't know exactly what I did different, but well, it's okay. It's okay. It'll have to be because I don't want to do another one after having done all that. I'm going to just go back over this kind of again so it can kind of lay down some of those little pieces that it kind of pulled up like that. Okay. Now, that's the short end, so I can go in further on this one. Let me try it without squishing it all the way down. Okay. Well, that kind of bums me. Bugs me in a way, but I could peel that one, I guess, and do the same, but I don't really want to do that. All right, that'll be fine. Actually, I tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna like, well, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? So to keep it from doing that as much, like, of course you don't want this showing through that end, but if you only go so far, if you do make that mistake and you can see like the corners of the other card poking out, just swink. You know, and swink. That way, then, yeah, that works. Then you can't see it, so it's fine. Okay. All right, so now we got all three of our little slider cards ready to go in the album. Now, I don't know if I want to use tape or glue or both, maybe both. Let's see. And I haven't really embellished any more in here. I think since we did these last ones, I haven't had much time, but to do that. So, all right, so we're just gonna plop this down in the center like that. And I think what I might do, instead of using like that score tape, I think I might cover the entire back. Now you could make a pocket. You know, that could be an option. But I'm not going to. I think all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick it in, and what I'm gonna do is, let's put those out to the side. Let me get my little adhesive sheets here. We'll just take a sheet and let's see. Now, because it's kind of thick, you know, because there's some layers in there, I'm not going to go edge to edge, because then that would squish it flat down, and that might make it harder for this to work. So what I will do is maybe just cut some of these at maybe 3.5 by 4.5. I think that will be plenty good. So 3.5 by 4.5, and I should be able to get all 3 out of this. All right, so let's go 3.5. Whoops, my arm. Hang on. All right, 3.5. Or did I want? I should have went 4.5 there. That's okay. 3.5. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it this way. I should have took 4.5 that way, but it's okay. And we're gonna go 4.5. Okay. And it ain't gotta be just, I mean, it ain't gotta be exact. It just, you know, as long as it's about somewhere in there. Or you could use glue. I mean, glue would have been fine, but this way at least I know it's gonna stick, and I'm not gonna have to wait on it. And of course, then you have those for something else we can use. So we'll just put those back down in our in there. I have those little pieces stuck down in there too. I'm just gonna stick these down in there as well. Alright. So there's that. Alright, so let's go through and stick these on here. So I don't know which would be easier. Okay, we'll just go this way with it, maybe. Maybe that'll work. I'm just gonna line that up. And press it down. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do these other two while we got that here. You know, you could make this like a card. And you could even do, you know, do the back side or whatever and send it as a card. That'd be really cute. That could be a special type of card. Oop. Don't want that stuck on that side. We'd have to just start all over with this one. All right, so let's go. That's good. All right. everything works good. Okay. Now, let's go with this one. And we're just gonna stick it right there in the center as best we can. Now I just hope I can get this away from that. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So lining. Lining that up as best as I can. I can't really tell. Okay, that looks good to me. And then just, you know, there we go. Oh, I didn't think about adding some little pulls, or what could have probably been a little bit better would have been to put it up like on some foam tape. Foam tape, or like some pretty thin, you know, like foam, because then you would have had more of a easier way of, I guess, you know, pulling it out and it not getting, you know, caught. Yeah. All right, well, that's how it's going to be for me for that one. And we may end up coming back and adding, I think in the tutorial that I watched, she had some little circles that she added to help pull it out. Or we could do tabs or anything like that. And we might have something that we can use for that. All right, so there's that one. Let's go with this one next. I think, yeah, because I had some of that there, and that's gonna bug me. All right. Okay. So line this one. Now this one's gonna be more dead center than the other because my paper on that one is still shorter and I haven't done anything. No, Cece, no. Ah, no. Really? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. Oh, this is not good. Cat's trying to get into my coffee. And oh my gosh, I'm telling you, that tape is, that tape is good. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, Cece. What? Okay, the struggle is real. Like, man, it is. Oh, that's, yeah. CC. I'm blaming it on you. Yes, I am. Oh, okay. So, that is really, look at that. No. No, ma'am. Okay, so Well, yeah, that happened. Okay, well, shoot. Even if I go in the center, it's still gonna show here. So, what can we do to fix it? What can we do to fix it? Oh, I wonder. Okay, here I go. I wonder if maybe that could come out far enough or be even long enough. I don't know. Let's see, we could do that one or oh, jeez. Okay. Let me hang on. All right, so boo boo, boo boo, boo boo. All right. So if I go here. Wow. Wow. That is, oh my goodness. Why? Jeez. What kind of luck am I having today? Like, wow, you know what? Let me have a little marker. Okay. Jeez Louise. Oh me, that's like, honestly. All right, so I'm gonna put some little pencil marks in there. Jeez. Wows. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put some glue down under here to kind of, you know, keep that. Am I getting anything out? Okay, yeah, kind of keep that from coming up. On us. Might as well just peel that one off. Wow, that's just unbelievable. Okay. It happens here, folks. Right here in my crafty corner. That's how I roll. Okay. So, let's go. We're gonna want that to kind of, I wish I could like trim that edge off. I don't want that wide edge. But I'm not even gonna try that because if I did, then yeah, that's kind of what would happen, I think, would be kind of be that. Okay. So this is gonna go about here. Okay. And I'm just gonna slide that. Try to get that to release from my finger. I don't feel like it's very straight, but that's okay. We're just gonna, you know what? It's there. We're just gonna go with it because I can't. Oh, no more. Please, no more today. I might have wished I should have picked a different one. So I think what we'll do is we'll go with those like on maybe the others as well. And yeah. Okay. Just, oh, that just bugs me. I don't think I can like peel. No. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take some glue. Take our glue. I hate it because it's like done warped that, and I'm afraid maybe it'll be okay. I'm just gonna put some glue on these paper parts here, the little paper bits, so that, you know, they will be stuck. Okay. Alrighty. That's irritating as all get out. Oh, you know what? Why did I not? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna attempt a little something right here. Let me get in there, in there, in there. Okay. Now, what I did is I went in and I trimmed that card down so that when I push it all the way in, it doesn't stick out. That way then the black doesn't stick out as much either, because I think that was really going to bug me. So, all right, let's place this down. And it's down. That's where it's staying forevermore. Okay. I didn't think about it. I probably shouldn't have used this this color on there. It's like, I don't know. I guess it's okay. All right, so let's squish that around in there. Just hate that happened. Okay. But we still pull out like that, right? Our little tags still work. And, you know, I mean, it has a cute element to it, I guess. Not maybe how I wanted it, but it is what it is. Okay. Now, the other one. This one. All right. Okay, let's go for it. There's no cats up here, so maybe she won't get back up here. She just looked at me like, what the heck? Okay. All right, so let's go. That looks about centered to me. Maybe not, but it's down. We know how that goes, so. All right. Bingo. All right. So there we go. Oh, me. After all that. there it is. Our little slider cards, and hopefully that'll be good. I think these away, but I think I'm gonna hang on to these just in case I need them for something. Could come in handy. All right, so I think that's where we're gonna go, or end it there. Like I said, I haven't really done anything else in here that's not already been in a video. This is bugging me. I thought that maybe I could clip them to the side, but I don't like that either. So, I don't know. I just don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I still got that one to work out. And these little clips are kind of... There we go. So for now, it'll just have to be like that. All right. So there we go. That is what I got for today. And that probably turned into a lot longer of a video. Of course it did. Of course it did. A lot longer of a video. But, you know, a little mishap. But that's okay, because that happens. All right. Well, if you like that video, please, you know, subscribe to my channel. Click that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a video. And, yeah. Thanks for watching.